my slide, so I should be able to.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Impact 45 for the month of December. Today, we shall be analyzing and looking at the implication of the 2025 Tax Reform Act. With me today is a chartered accountant, a tax consultant with over 30 years of experience in accounting and taxation. He has an experience in diverse industry. He also holds an MBA specializing in financial management from Lagos State University. He's a fellow of Chartered Institute of Account and also a fellow of Nigeria. Is a fellow Chartered Institute of Accounting and Taxation of Nigeria, a member of Nigeria Institute of Management. And you are also a certified forensic accountant. Mr. Wasiu Paramole, you are welcome to Impact 45 for the month of December.
Good evening, everyone, and compliment of the season. I need not to introduce myself again. Pastor Oseni has done the needful. Because of the 45 minutes given to me, I think we need to hit the ground running immediately. Now, before I proceed, I want us to have open mind. Please, I beg everyone, let's have open mind. How do I mean open mind? We all have one or two experience about tax and taxation in Nigeria. However, there are a lot of news, distorted news, false narration, political statement on the tax, the new tax law. I'm begging everyone on this platform to have open mind and be rest assured that what we are going to discuss today is going to be beneficial to everyone. Number one, which I have to tell everybody now, is that this tax law is pro-income earner, low-income earner, is pro-small business earner. Let us have it at the back of our mind. Now, when I delve into it very well, you will understand what I'm talking about. I gave it a topic that the new tax act in Nigeria, effects and strategy for key stakeholder. Who are the stakeholder? Everyone. Informal sector, formal sector, business owner, small business owner, large business owner. So far you earn income in this country, whether through informal or informal in a formal form, you have a stake in this new tax law. And as I said in my introduction, this tax law is pro-income earner and pro-small and medium business owner. So I'm proceeding now to the next slide. That is introduction. Before I proceed, is there any question from anybody, or I should start? I should just continue.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Paramole. No, I want you to analyze this new tax reform. Is there any advantage for Nigerians?
Wait.
Is there any advantage for Nigerians?
Yes, that's why I said we should have open mind. That's why I'm saying we should have open mind. Before I proceed, is there any question someone want to ask or anything, so that when I start, they will now know the benefit to income earner and what are the strategy everybody will take, so that you don't get exposed unnecessarily from the taxman. That is the essence of this exercise. So I'm starting by basic introduction about this law. What are they trying to achieve? Can I continue, please?
You can continue, please.
Now, I think you have the slide with you. And I'm moving to the next slide, which is introduction. What are we talking about? The tax policy reform is a process and method by which the government changes or make attempts to improve the tax system in the country to achieve specific economic, social, and administrative goals or aims. What are we saying here? Every country in the whole world always change their tax law as I went due. And one of the reasons for this thing is for economic and social and administrative purposes. Economy in the sense that they want to bring people to tax nets, and also they need money to run the government. And in doing so, they will look at it. Where are we having issue? What causes this issue of bringing a tax reform at this critical stage of our economy? We all know that there are two major policies that this government introduced in 2023. And for them to relieve the impact of those policies on us, they have to come with new tax law to help the small, medium income earner, so that the effect of the removing regulation on our fuel, and also unify exchange rate, which has caused a lot of issue in the economy to income earner, fixed income earner especially, and small business owner. The cost of running your business, the cost of transportation and other things, food and price of goods and services has gone up because of this policy. Now, government now sit down. What can we do to support these people so that they can have relief in one form or the other? That is the essence of those things. Then another thing, tax reform involve adjusting corporate and personal income tax rates, shifting taxes from income to goods and services, redefining what constitutes a country tax base, blocking loopholes, granting incentive to some sector, and improving way of method of collecting tax and levies. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at this introduction, you will discover that there are 4 basic things this tax reform is trying to achieve. Number 1, revenue and economic growth. Under that revenue and economic growth, they want to enhance revenue generation to public service. That is, whatever we generate, we use it for public goods. That is infrastructure, moving beyond reliance on oil. That is one of the reasons for this exercise, to stimulate economic growth. Now, stability has come to Nigeria economy. How are they going to sustain it? It is through taxation. Even when you want to tax, are you going to tax the poor? They said no. Are you going to tax the medium or small business owner? They said no. We are going towards people that are large investors. We are going towards people that have businesses that are big enough to run this economy. So they want to relieve the income, the low income earner, the small business owner. They want to relieve a burden of taxes, because why are we increasing tax when the people that you are going to tax are not comfortable? They now sit back and design a method to relieve business owner. That is one of the reasons for it. Let's move on. The second one is simplification and modernization. Now, how do you simplify the tax system? By consolidating revenue fragment. You know, in Nigeria, as at this present moment, we have various types of taxes. We have various legislation. This one will say A, another one will say B. A lot of issues. You don't even know which one is right or which one is wrong. State will come with their own revenue law. Federal will come with their own revenue law. Local government will come with their own revenue law. The government has said, no, enough is enough. We are going to simplify it. Everything will be easy. So that wherever you find yourself as a business owner, what is applicable in Lagos should be applicable in Kano, should be applicable in every state of the federation. That is one of the reasons for this size. Simplify the tax system by consolidating numerous fragmented tax law, including CIT, Personal Income Tax Act, and VAT Act, to a single and unified legislation that is applicable to all wherever you are doing business in Nigeria. Another thing there is streamline compliance procedure, reduce administrative burden for taxpayers. For me and you as a taxpayer, no matter how small we earn our income, at times for you to do your duty as a taxpayer, especially small business owner, you have a lot of taxes that will frustrate you out of that business. With this new law from next year, all those ones has gone. No more serious problem for small business owner. They now introduce what we call digital filing. You can be in your office, in your home, to file your tax through e-invoicing or any other system as the case may be. So that is another reason for it. Then modernization of tax administration. Before, as a business owner or in your company, whoever that is working among us here, Lagos State government, for example, will write a letter they want to do payee audit. Federal Inland Revenue will write their letter. They want to do one form of taxes or the other. They want to audit you. They want to do compliance tests. They will investigate. They will do a lot of things. In this same company, 3 or 4 agencies will write you. Local government will write for the TV and radio. Even if you don't have TV and radio in your office, a lot of taxes. Now, all those ones will be reduced to the minimum. For example, they are changing the law from Federal Inland Revenue to Nigerian Revenue Service. What does that mean? It means that, for example, if Federal Inland Revenue is auditing your firm today and they discover that as a company, you did not file your payee to Lagos State, they have right to collect that tax on behalf of Lagos State and give it back to Lagos State. By the time they come to your office and do their audit and go, Lagos State cannot audit the same thing again because they are now Nigerian Revenue Service, no more federal. It's a deliberate attempt. You know, we have Federal Inland Revenue, Lagos State Inland Revenue. Now they are Nigerian Revenue Service. That is any business owner who is deducting staff who is deducting staff tax, you did not remit to the state. If FRS come to audit you and they discover that your staff salary that you have deducted their payee for the last 5 months, you have not remitted to state, they have every right to collect that tax and give it to state. And once that one is done, whenever state come, you just show them that federal has come to audit me and I've already paid the liability through the federal. Go and chase your money. Then another thing.
Mr. Paramount, can I just come in at this point in time? We understand all these points and goal that the government said they are going to achieve using this new tax audit. But the issue is the timing. Are you sure the timing is okay for this new tax act? Do you think the timing is right?
Okay. No
Looking
problem.
at we just removed subsidy and we just
don't worry, I will answer you. Let me just finish what I'm doing. I'm going to answer everyone. Please, let me go back to the slide. Can you take me back to the slide? I think you are controlling from your end. Okay, now we move to the next one, governance and fairness. Now, under the new act, government want to be fair and transparent in tax administration. Are you getting it? They want to be fair to everyone. No more one policy or the other. They want a fiscal policy and revenue utilization, harmonized tax policy administration across federal, state, and local government to eliminate overlap and multiple tax issue coordinated by joint tax revenue, and they create a body called tax ombudsman. As the time goes on, you will know more about this. Now, what are the key individuals? Ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting to the business side of this exercise. For individual, I want to start with the individual. The new tax law, so far so good today, it favors employees who are on salary. It favors employees who are on salary on so many fronts. And for you to enjoy most of those things, you need to come clean. For example, if you are earning like 70,000 a month, 70,000 a month, if you multiply it by 12, is 840,000. Are you getting me? Which means with that, you enjoy a consolidated relief exemption of 800,000 out of it. Which means from your tax of 840,000, you only be taxed on what? On 40,000.
40,000.
Only on 40,000. Now, you may not even be taxed on that 40,000 because there are other relief. If you are an employee that you are under pension, are you getting it? By the time they deduct pension from you, you discover that if you are earning 70,000 a month, you pay zero tax. That is someone that is collecting 70,000 every month. For a year, it's 840,000. You will pay zero what? Zero tax. If you are earning 1.2 million, for example, By the time they take 800,000 as a relief, you have 400,000 left. Even within that 400,000, if you are a tenant and you are paying your rent, the law say bring your rent receipt on confirmation of your rent agreement that show that you pay rent. That your rent, 20% of your rent to a maximum of 500,000 is also relief for you. For example, if you are paying 1.5 million as rent in a year, 20% of 1.5 million is 300,000, which means plus the 800,000 plus 300,000 is a relief for you. You will discover that at the end of the day, you pay small tax. So, as far as the law concerned for individual, it favor low income earner. It favor low income earner. It does not favor high income earner. People they earn 50 million, 45 million. By the time you are earning 50, 60 million, you are a big man. But not people that are earning 10 million. People on 10 million will still pay. But if you are earning like 2.5 million, 3 million, you are still within that lower distance. By the time you calculate your tax, compare the new law to the old law, you discover that you pay less taxes. These are some of the relief they brought to individual. Your rent, your pension. If you have life assurance policy, for example, maybe you do a life policy with an insurance company. Your life assurance policy, whatever you pay, if you are paying 250,000 in a year, that 250,000 will also be used as a relief for you. You discover that beyond this 800,000, there is your rent. Let's assume you are paying 3 million naira rent in a year, for example. 20% of that is 600,000, but the law says you can enjoy 500,000. If you have 500,000 to 800,000 plus your pension, you discover that you have more relief. Your tax will be lower. So, in essence, with due sense of fairness and honesty, the tax law favors employees who are earning low salary. And for you to enjoy other relief thereon, you must come clean. When I say clean, be honest in whatever you are doing. For you to enjoy it, like the rent, you have to show that you are a tenant. How do you show your tenancy agreement, the payment, your rent receipt, or through your bank statement that this is the rent I paid. Now, let me now give you something for now. Do you know that if husband and wife are working in two organizations, two of them can enjoy that rent? Are you getting me? If I am pay, if in my office now, I want to, as an employee, we are paying 1.5 million, which means if I show my landlord, if I show my HR in the office, this is my rent agreement, this is my rent rate. That 300,000, which is 20% of my rent, is a relief for me. My wife too will enjoy it from her place of employment. I know in the next 3-4 years, they will come up with a policy that only one person will enjoy it. But now, let's enjoy it as time goes on. That is one logic. That is one relief the two parties will enjoy now. That is that. So, let's move on. You can see it in the slide. I will send the slide to everyone to see what we are trying to say. Now, some of the people that enjoy foreign, all these content creators that create content there and there, abroad, locally, and everything. Presently, they are not being taxed because they can't track most of their income. But now, as from next year, they will be taxed adequately. That is that. But for this exercise, and for people that are listening, if you are low income earner as an employee, this tax law is for you. Let me now tell you something. Before the middle of next year, most of the informal sector, the mechanic, the people that sell food along the road, the organizer, all those people who are worried that they will be taxed, they are going to give them tax exemptions. They are going to exempt them from tax. For example,
hello, Mr. Wasiu Paramole, are you there? I think we are having network issue from his end. Mr. Paramole, are you there? Wow, I think we lost Mr. Wasiu Paramole there. If you can rejoin, please kindly join us. I think from what our guest is talking about now, that we have no need for all these agitation, that people who are worried about this new tax.
People should not worry. People should not worry at all. People should not worry at all. The only worry that people will have is any other income. No, some people have passive income. For example, maybe you have a property, you are collecting rent. Those type of rents are also subject to tax. But what can you do in order not to collect, not to pay tax on that rent? If you have a business, for example, Wasiu Paramole & Co. is a firm of chartered accountant and tax practitioner. Now, let's assume I have a property, I'm collecting rent there, and I don't want to pay additional tax on it. I would rather tell my tenant to pay into my business account, because if they should pay into my own personal account, if a taxman come, they will see extra income into my business, into my account. Then I need to explain what it's meant for. So if I say it's a rental income, then I'll pay tax on it. So I'm just telling you this as a way of avoiding, not evading, avoiding every tax. If you send it to your business account, it will go there as other income, which means it will not be taxed from the government perspective. But you know that extra income, that other income is your rent, just not to pay additional tax on that. Now, if you are a person that receive money from brother, sister, cousin, or uncle, please, whenever they are sending money to you, let them put narration what it meant for. For example, if I want to give my wife money for the month of January now, like me, for example, we do quarterly shopping. Once I give you in January, it's in the April that I'm going to pay another money to your account. That money, I have to give it narration for household expenses. When they see it in my wife account, they will know that it's from the husband, it's for the housekeep. That is not an income to my wife. So any money that you are taking out or you are giving someone, or someone give you money, let the person put narration, so that to know that it's not extra income. I'm a salary earner, but I can collect gift from my brother abroad, or from my sister abroad, or from my younger or elder brother around that give money. Let them put narration gift. Once it is stated there, they will know that that money is not an extra income, which means that money cannot be taxed. So you have to be very careful now in what we send out and what we receive. If someone wants to send me money as a gift, I will tell the person, put it there, gift. Let it be there that you give me this money is a gift. And if I'm sending money to my wife to cook, I have to call it household expenses, so that when they see it in my wife's account, in her account, they will know that it's not extra income for her. Now, what of the people that have investments, shares, and all those stuff? Any income that comes by way of share cannot be taxed again, because at the time they are paying you that dividend, it has already been taxed, which means that cannot be further taxed. What I was saying in essence is that for every income that comes to your account must have a very good narration. And for every expenses too you incur, put narration to it, because the expenses you incur is good. Whatever you take as an expense today is an income to another person. If you pay me 500,000 naira, Mr. Asu, 500,000 naira from you, Pastor Oseni, you must put the reason there, because when they see it in my own personal account, there must be narration for it. So that is what we need to do, because many people just collect money to their personal account without any narration. And if you are a small business owner, as I said, by June next year, they are going to come with a way of exception for some business owner, bricklayer, organizer, roadside mechanic, and all those stuff. Those people are not making enough money that should be paying tax on their income. So that is that on the individual. Let's go to business. What are the benefits for the small business owner? Before, the law says if you make zero, if your business income is 0 to 25 million, you pay zero tax. You don't pay VAT and everything. In these new laws, from next year, they have increased it from 25 to 50. And from what we are seeing, it may be increased to 100, which means If your business income is 0 to 50 million from next year, you are not paying anything to government. You are not paying anything to government. You are not paying CIT, you are not paying VAT, you are not paying education tax or any form of taxes at all. That is an advantage to small business owner, which means all those taxes, CIT, education tax, and all those NACELI education tax, IT levy, and all those stuff, for business of 0 to 50 million, we pay nothing. You can now see that it is pro small business owner, because this 50 million income you are talking about, not all that money belongs to you. There are costs associated with it. Even with that 50 million income they are talking about, maybe your margin at the end of the day is less than 2 million. So why are you paying tax on that? That is that. However, this is very important. As a business owner, you must register with your Federal Inland Revenue. It is very, very important. You must register with Federal Inland Revenue. What does that mean? It means that at every point in time, every month, you'll be filing nil return. That is, I am in business, but I have nothing to give you. That is the power behind those laws. That is, I am in business. As a business owner, I don't have money to give you. I don't have money to give you. You'll be filing your nil return every month. And at the end of the year, you still file your account as normal filing your account. If you are a limited liability company, you file your account with government, prepare your account, your tax account, your auditor or tax consultant will prepare the account and file to Federal Inland Revenue. Today, they will now be Nigerian Revenue Service. In doing so, you have fulfilled your obligation, because government say because you are not paying taxes, you are exempted from taxes, VAT, CIT, and all those things, does not say you should not do your basic obligation by filing your return as and when due. That is if you are a limited liability company. Now, if you are a small business owner, an enterprise or ventures, you have few obligations. The only obligation with Nigerian Revenue Service will be to file your monthly VAT return. And if your income is between 0 and 50 million, if your income is between 0 and 50 million, you only file nil, which is nil, 0. And once you do it, it's just a 3-step, 1, 2, 3, everything submitted. You are fine to go. You have fulfilled your obligation. That is the one with business aspect of it. So now, if you look at it, they introduce what we call development levy, which is 4% of accessible profit. That one is talking to people outside that small business owner. That is, once you cross that 50 million, as the case may be, but we have not. There are a lot of conflicting. Information as to is it 50 million or 100 million.
100 million.
Sir?
Yeah, I'm just supporting what you are saying.
So if you look at the heart itself, it's talking about 50 million, but from a lot of discourse between the Federal Inland Revenue and other tax stakeholders, because all of us we do have meetings together from the industry perspective, from the tax practitioner perspective, it may be 100 million. And if it is 100 million,
I think we've lost Mr. Wasiu Paramole again, and I believe he should come back to join us any moment from now. And I want to ask, if you are here with us on the program and you have any question, you can chat it with us so we can also have Mr. Wasiu. We've received some questions earlier today. Are you back, Mr. Wasiu?
Yeah, I'm back. I think the network is from your end, not from my end.
Oh, okay.
So that is that. So when you are filing your returns with FRS, there are so many small percentage of taxes that you'll be seeing. Now they have consolidated everything into one. They call it development levy, which is 4%. We take care of tertiary education, IT levy, NACELI levy, and etc., which is good, because at times when we file tax for our clients, when we now say that you need to pay certain form of taxes, they always worried that is it not company income tax and education tax? We now tell them that there's other taxes, police levy and everything. They become so complex. Now they have introduced the 4%. We take care of that. Now, capital gain tax. They increase capital gain tax from 10 to 30%.
Mr. Wasil, Wasil, because we have 40 minutes, 45 minutes program, and we want to ask you some certain question. Is it possible to round up in next 2-3 minutes?
Yes. Now, okay. they have increased capital gain tax from 10% to 30%. That one, at the moment, they are still going to retain the 10% because of that policy. Many people that are invested in our capital market have decided to be selling their shares, which is affecting our capital market now. So they may retain the 10% because when you invest your money in capital market, it can take 3-4 years for you to start gaining money. The time value of money that you have wasted 3 years to now start gaining, they will now say they want to take 30% of it. People are now saying they have to sell their investment. Now, I think they are retaining the 10% for now. VAT still remain 7.5%. So, what are the economic impact on all these things? The economic impact is there is going to be minimum effective tax rate for large company. They will bring people into tax net. Small and micro business will enjoy zero tax, which means they have more money to run their business. Are you getting it? Then what are the strategy possible strategy? Verify whether you qualify for a small business. How do you know whether you qualify for a small business? Your income must be between 0 and 100 million. However, if your net asset is 250 million, then you are not a small business. For example, you started a business, you say your income in the first 2 years is less than 100 million, but you have machines, you have building, you have equipment that worth 300 million, then you are not a small business because that asset is going to multiply more money for you. So a lot of implication, because of time, I may not go much, but I'm going to share this thing with everybody. Then you can ask your questions so that we can move on fast. So, question time.
Thank you, Mr. Wasil Paramole, for that brief analysis of the new Tax Reform Act. So, by your explanation now, that is all the noises that we are hearing about, they want to tax me. I think this taxation now, this act, even affects less than 2% of the Nigerian high earners.
High income earner, yes. It's not affecting. It's a relief for salary earner and low income earner. We are in a country that everybody, maybe because I don't like Pastor Oseni, I will just create a scene that will make Pastor Oseni look bad. Are you getting it? We all know that the economy is tough because of government policy. Government knew that this thing is not easy. What are they going to do to support fixed income earner? Who are the fixed income earner? The salary earner who may not have increment in salary for the next 3 years. What can they do to help them? Then they have to come with a lot of relief, and those relief are practicable. They are live relief that when you use it, when you apply it, you'll be relieved from a lot of taxes. So on that, this tax law, I need to be honest, I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. As I said, I'm a realist. When I say realist, I'm not blaming government for removing subsidy. We are financing efficiency in the past. We need to start doing it right. Most of us travel out of the country. We see how they do their things. No subsidy for basic things like petroleum or exchange rate. We have to apply it, and the government has said no, enough of all this. Now, what are people going to enjoy from this policy is to amend our tax law to give small business owner relief so that they won't pay heavy taxes, and fixed income owner will pay lower taxes. So, question, please.
Mr. Paramole.
Yes, sir.
What is the effect of this new Tax Reform Act on foreign direct investment?
It gives foreign direct investment opportunity. There will be, why we don't have foreign direct investment in Nigeria is because of our tax policy and because of so many things like exchange rate parity. I can't come into Nigeria with $1 million After 3 years, I can't even raise my $1 million back and everything.
Are you there, Mr. Paramole? Hello, Mr. Wasiu Paramole, are you there? I think we're having internet disconnection from his end right now. And I believe that, are you there? Are you back with us, Mr. Paramole?
I'm there. It's your network. My network is fine. So can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So as I said, for foreign direct investment, this tax law will give them confidence about our tax law. No, it's now unified. It is now in the best practice as it's operated everywhere in the whole world. If you go to UK, they have only single revenue agency. If you go to US, they have single revenue agency. Nigeria now has one single revenue agency, which is Nigerian Revenue Service, unlike federal, state, as the case may be. Now, when you unify your tax policy, your tax law, foreign investor will know your tax law. These are the things that is applicable in your country. They will have prepared their mind coming to your country that now, when I invest my money, I know what my tax is going to be. I know what my return will be at the end of the day. It brings confidence to foreign investor. And these are the things government is trying to achieve. If you look at the slide very well, is because employee, small business owner are not going to pay tax. No, most of these foreign investors too, they will come in as a small business owner. When they are now growing, they know that in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, they are in business, and they know that they have certain form of relief in form of taxes at the beginning of their business. That won't give them confidence to settle down, to develop themselves, to prepare themselves very well for longer business relationship in Nigeria. That is fine. Unlike before, if you are a 25 million business owner, they will tell you that 25 million is this, that, and they come with a lot of law, a lot of technicality that will erode your confidence. The next thing is to sell your business and move out of the country. But with this new law, every investor that is coming to Nigeria know that we have a tax law, and these are the relief you enjoy from that business.
Thank you, Mr. Paramole. You know, there are different school of thought when it comes to this new Tax Reform Act.
Okay.
A school of thought said that when you tax the rich, the owner of the businesses, they will push the tax back to the buyers, which are the poor. How true is this? They said when you tax like Dangote Cement, for instance, when you tax him higher because he's making a bigger turnover, that is eventually is going to increase the price of his product and services. That's one school of thought. What do you think about it? Hello, Mr. Wasiu, are you there? Can you hear me? Mr. Paramole, are you there?
Hello. So back to your question. They cannot pass the tax, they cannot pass the burden of the tax to taxpayer.
The final consumer.
No, they can't pass it. Let me give you an example. You know, there is what we call VAT input and VAT output. There are some businesses that you cannot enjoy your VAT input as an organization. But with this new law, services also will enjoy input VAT. Are you getting it? Which means your tax exposure will be reduced. For example, if I'm a big business owner, at the end of the year, I file my account, I have a tax to pay. I will pay my tax and move on. It has nothing to do with what I'm paying at the end of the year that because I have to pay my CIT. What has that got to do with the price of my item? No. They even make it easier now for companies who has withholding tax credit notes. The taxes that they've deducted from you that is already a credit to you, they make it easier for you now to make refund. For example, if I do business with so many companies and they have done withholding, they have deducted withholding tax from my money, running to 50 million, for example. And when I file my return in 2025, I discovered that my tax is just 15 million, which means I have 35 million left in my withholding tax credit note. that I'm supposed to have that I have not used. I can approach Federal Inland Revenue or Nigerian Revenue Service today. I have 35 million credit note. Give me 30 million there. Once they verify my books and discover that I'm not owing revenue, they will give me my money. A lot of incentives are in this thing. It's just like there is no time to explain more. A lot of incentives are there. So the effect of this tax new law has nothing. It will not put any additional burden on final consumer at all. VAT has not been increased. I did believe VAT is increased because okay, VAT may push the price of goods to go up, but VAT has not been increased. VAT is still maintained. So why are they going to push it to the final consumer? So that school of thought is wrong, with no apology to anybody. Next question, please.
Thank you, Mr. Paramole. We want to talk about digital economy focus now. You know, okay. A major thrust in taxing our digital economy. How workable is the significant economy present? The rule in practice.
It's workable now. It's workable. You know, most of the people that make money from TikTok, Facebook, all those agencies. You know, before there is no platform for them to be taxed, but now Nigeria has made it stringent. For example, let me give an example. I have a client that does advertisement through Facebook. Do you know that Facebook deduct VAT and withholding tax from Nigerian clients? And they remitted it immediately. Facebook will not even take your advertisement if you don't have TIN number. For example, if you have a business and you want Facebook to advertise your business in Facebook, if you don't have TIN number, they will not take your advert. You must have TIN number to tell you that the Nigerian government has created a very strong platform that link all these Facebook, Instagram, and every one of them. Once you use them to advertise your product, they will demand for your TIN number. They will take the VAT and withholding tax as source and remit adequately, and they will share your receipt with you.
How do we enforce this collection and challenges government we face from global tech company? How do we enforce collection?
That's what I'm trying to say. Who are the global tech companies? Are you talking of Twitter? Are you talking of Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram? Any of them. They can operate in the country now without legislation and tax. This even cryptocurrency. There is a company in Nigeria. I don't want to make mention name. They trade in crypto. I audited them recently. They tax them 100%. Even when they are buying your crypto or selling crypto, they take the tax. They tell you they will take the tax. That any business they do, government is seeing it. So there is nothing. There is nothing now. Even if you have all these gift cards, all those things, everything that is digital, government is seeing it and they are going to tax it adequately.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Paramole. This reform has established new bodies to improve governance and resolution. Do you see this resolving tax issue more efficiently and effectively?
Yes. Let's start from the tax ombudsman. What is tax ombudsman? They are like a reporting agency. If I'm representing Pastor Oseni on a tax matter, and I discovered that Nigerian Revenue Service are trying to frustrate me, despite the fact that I have provided the necessary document to support your income and expenses, and they have been frustrated, I will write to tax ombudsman. Look, I'm reporting agency ABC. They are frustrating me. This is the issue at hand. This is what I have done. They have every right to call them to order. This Mr. Oseni is not owing anything. Don't disturb him again. But before we get to ombudsman is just like a police station to report what tax agency is doing to my client that is not professional. It's just like NJC. When you report any judge or any lawyer to NJC, they will investigate. And when they investigate, they will punish whoever that is at fault. That is tax ombudsman. Then there is what we call tax appeal tribunal. Tax appeal tribunal only
Hello, Mr. Paramole, are you there?
I'm there. For the tax appeal tribunal, if you are fighting on any tax matter, and government is saying I'm owing 1 million, and I say I'm owing only 500,000. When we go back and forth, we did not agree. When you get to a level that they cannot reverse their decision, we take ourselves. We ask if I don't have any VAT, if I don't have any tax to pay, they will tell me I don't have any tax to pay. That is the end of the matter. And if they say I have additional tax to pay, I can say, if they say no, if I say no, I can go to High Court and challenge it. So we can continue to fight until we get to Supreme Court. And if it's Supreme Court say no, I'm not owing anything, that is the end of the matter. So the tax ombudsman is like a police of tax dispute, where any tax agency or anybody in the tax office is frustrating my tax matter, I will report them officially to tax ombudsman, and they will be cautioned appropriately.
Are you sure this body will be more? Are you sure this body will be more efficient, effective, more than the way they resolve tax issues before now?
No, the issue is this: resolving tax issue. It depends on how you go about it. If you don't have any case to answer at the tax level, at the tax office level, it will be cleared. It will be resolved. You know, at times when most of the tax office discover that this company will not do PR, this company is 100% compliant as to the best of their ability, they will go technical. They just want to bring them to issue that you have to pay tax. And when you refuse and they are frustrating you, they are writing letter that is, when you have provided document that this is my document to substantiate my this thing, and they are not comfortable with it, they say no, they won't take it. You can report them. It's different from tax abuse tribunal. Tax ombudsman is to resolve. It's just like when you have elder in the family. You now say, the elder in the family, this is my complaint with Mr. A, Mr. B. I don't know why I'm being frustrated. The head of the family will look at it. What is happening? When I explain myself, they explain themselves. They say, look, tax official, you are wrong here. This man has provided enough document to substantiate his stand. He doesn't have any business paying additional tax. Discharge this liability, and that is the end. So it doesn't have anything.
Don't you think the reason why people are agitating about this tax reform act is because of the government not accountable most of the time, that people don't trust government using this money adequately well? Don't you think that's one of the challenges why people are making noise?
No, it's not challenging it. I'll say it's been political. Let us be honest to ourselves. This is a fact. I need to let you know. This is a fact. Since this government came in, they have issued two policies that is very, very stringent. And despite the fact that the policy are stringent, every state of the federation, as of today, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, they are not owing salary. Are you getting it? They are paying as and when due, and they are doing something for their state. It's because they have money. All this money is not being held by federal government. It's shared among the tiers of government. And when
government official, you see the issue of Farouk, you see the issue of Mustafa, SGS, you see the issue of regulators, the way these are money that they are collecting on our behalf, the way and manner they are wasting, and what corruption is doing. That's one of the reasons why people don't have trust in government and they are not willing to pay. Don't you think so?
Now let us come back to this, Pastor Seni. As you are sitting down, do you see your back? As I'm sitting down, do I see my back? You appointed people to work for you. It is because we are not honest as an individual. We can't put every blame to government. Government appointed minister, commissioner, special advisor to do what? To work. They are agent of government to work and do what is right.
What people are saying, Mr. Paramole, is that the government should make sure that the accountability and responsibility of these people should first come before we collect more money. That the little you are collecting before, you are not accountable for them, and you want to still inflict the fear, the punishment on the people. I want you to manage and ensure that people are more accountable.
How do we say it's not accountable? government collects
Because
revenue.
most of the government agencies, look at what happened with the Farouk. Look at how much Dangote exposed him that is paying for his children's school fees abroad. Look at the houses that Malami has been.
Look at, okay. On that one, let me now take you on that one, Pastor Seni. Farouk crossed the line because God forgive me, because I was not part of it. He crossed the line because he was corrupt. How do I say he was corrupt?
Most of the government officials are just Farouk.
Sorry, sir. When Dangote started his refinery, when he started operation, Farouk was the first person to say that refiner and his petroleum product is of low quality, because importers have bribed him to rubbish that refinery. And the man invited the whole world to come and see, and they discovered that petrol is of high quality. That is when the problem started. Because importers who are killing our economy, they want to kill economy. They gave him money to frustrate Dangote. At some point, they said they don't have certain approval. When someone has been building the refinery for 9 years, and you say you don't have approval, you can see that there is political, there is a lot of underneath political frustration from regulator perspective.
Mr. Paramole, we know, but what I'm saying is that government should ensure there is accountability from their own side before they now increase the net. That's why people are making noise. People are making noise because they see the effect of corruption by government agencies and by government people, and they believe that
that Farouk money is not coming from government purse. It's coming from importer who are killing the
economy. If you can account for the money that even comes from the cover of government, if you can account, look all the money Abacha looked, for instance. Look at this, what's the name? Malami, for instance.
Look at Malami case. How are you going to blame government or a governor or a president on that matter?
We should wait. Why are we not? I work in an organization before.
I said, can you see your back? Can I see
my
back as I'm talking to you?
But they should employ somebody to be looking at my back when I'm working for government.
Yes, that's why you appointed a minister. You trust that person, that this person can work with me. That
ministers are politicians. How many politicians can you trust? The people that they've caught. What's the punishment they've given to these people that have caught?
No, they are Nigerian. I don't like it. I hate it with passion. But what you don't have control over, it's just for people to, it's just for us to be honest as an individual. That is the main thing. Is that honest? You see, if average Nigerian are honest in one way or the other, this corruption will be minimized. Malami, there is a money stolen that they have taken by Swiss bank. They've engaged this in just for you to close the deal. You appointed someone to come and be another lawyer on the matter that has been closed. Whom are you going to blame? That is the question.
I'm saying the government should have a way of nipping this thing in the bud, because that's why I think the people are not just trust government. That's why anything that is going to government covers the money from custom, money from federal revenue, money from excise duty, money from immigrations. The people are not willing to pay because it's not because the money is much. It's because they've not seen through the government that they will be able to use that money judiciously. I think one of the problems that the government should do is to ensure accountability from councillor to chairmanship to the ministers. Hello, Mr. Parabole, are you there?
What I'm saying is that is why government is centralizing revenue. Let me give you an example. When Jonathan was in government, they brought this idea of treasury single account, TSA.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have political will to implement that policy. Now, when Buhari came in, that was the first thing Buhari said, look, this is a good policy. I will adopt it. That is, every revenue must be centralized. Are you getting it? When that thing started, many agencies were complaining. For example, I don't want to mention the states. No, I will mention the state. It's in Kaduna State. As at the time they introduced TSA, Kaduna State was planning to raise funds from bank, not knowing that there are so many hidden accounts that the agency of government has hidden Kaduna State government. They are looking for 40 billion, not knowing that 42 billion is hidden somewhere. You can see the policy. That is why the new law now, Nigerian custom cannot collect revenue. The system in place now that whatever the duty you pay is going directly to federation accounts. It's only percentage of collection that is due to Nigerian custom that will go to them. Unlike before, that they were arbitrary. That one will not be there again. Let the law start. You will see a lot of changes. Nigeria custom will not be collecting revenue. They are not revenue agency. They are just to impose duty according to our law and everything, and to monitor that the tariff you pay is right. When you are paying now, you are paying to government directly. There is no specific account again for Nigerian custom. The same thing, immigration. All those agencies, they will be paying to Nigerian Revenue Service. So you can see you see we are just being panicking now. By the special grace of Almighty God, from next year, when those policies is not coming out, you see a lot of things that will be coming out to most of these revenue agencies. You will discover that most of these revenue will be centralized. Then the issue of corruption, the issue of accountability you mentioned, we can now go to government. That government now, this is what you are earning. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
For president, Nigeria Custom can say your duty on this motor is 20%. You know what? Because I'm a director in Nigerian Custom, go and pay 12%, and they will do the document for you. You pay and go. As from next year, it will not be like that, because when you are paying your duty as an organization, you have your NIN, you have your TIN number. It will be that basis that the system will generate it. So I'm not supporting government. Neither am I against government in certain instances. If we as an individual, we are honest in our heart and in our heart and conduct, then we can ask government for accountability.
Thank you, Mr. Paramole. Before we bring this program to a close, there is an allegation that after the lower house and the upper house has passed this bill, this tax reform, they discover some alterations thereafter.
Yeah.
What is your view on this?
Okay. Let us, 3 days ago, the National Assembly said they should re-gazette the new act.
That's after they confirmed that there is full operation.
Nobody from the houses have said there is alteration. Please,
but it has been confirmed
very well.
The person that brought out the issue is member of the House of Rep.
How did they confirm?
They compare the one that was gazetted with.
No, you're not getting something right, sir. You see, those laws, when they pass law, when they harmonize those laws, it's not going to executive straight away. It will go to judiciary. And
yes.
Judiciary will look at it whether it contravenes any constitution. If it is contravening the execution, they will send it back to the National Assembly. It is from the judiciary the presidency will collect it, not from the National Assembly. Maybe people don't know how this thing works. National Assembly, when they make law, the law is not going to presidency. You go to judiciary to look at it, whether that law is against the constitution. If it's against constitution, they will send it back to them. But you may not hear that one in the news.
But Mr. Paramole, the alteration people are talking about is major. They said before the tax authority does not have the power to arrest and debit people's account, the voters' account. But they said those have been amended that the tax authority can now debit the corporate account without even getting the.
No, it's not there. It's not there, Pastor Seni. It's not there.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very sure. I'm very sure. You cannot be convicted without going through trial. Let me give you an example. If you enter one way today, are you getting it? If you have to follow the law, if you enter one way, They will charge you for enter one way, Abi. You will
Yeah.
go to and present yourself. I don't enter one way. I was directed to do it. This is circumstances that, okay, there is an accident and it has blocked all the road. We are asked to go through one way, and they can confirm that there is an accident. They will know that you didn't enter one way. There is no way your account will be blocked or your account will be debited. There is no way. There is no way. There is no way at all. You see, let me tell you, bank revenue cannot just tell the bank to block your account or to debit your account. It's never done. That bank will be in trouble. Are you getting it? It is only the court that have that power. And for it to get to that level, which means every
Mr. Wasiu Paramole, are you there? I think we've lost Mr. Paramole again, and that's all we can have today on Impact 45. We want to thank you, Mr. Wasiu Paramole. We have already go beyond our timing. We really appreciate your coming, and we might call you again after the implementation of this from January.
No problem.
Somebody,
no problem.
Before we bring this program to a close, somebody passed a question to me to ask you. He's a pensioner, and he collects rent. So if his rent is above how much per annum, he collects rent from 2 or 3 houses, and he's a pensioner. He's not working anywhere. Neither is he doing anything. He's 65. So what do we need to do to ensure that he's not paying tax?
You know, I said it. As a pensioner, you have, rented income from rent. Income from rent is taxable. Let us get it clear.
Okay.
However,
what's the threshold?
That income too. No, there's no threshold. The only thing is that income, there's no income that doesn't have cost. Let's assume you collect 1 million naira as a pensioner for your rent. You paint the house from that 1 million. You pay security man. At the end of the day, what is left to you is 200,000. That 200,000 has gone into the minimum distance, which means you pay zero tax. Those income, you see, those rent in question too, has some relief you are going to enjoy. For example, let's assume I collect 1.5 million rent. 800 is out of it already. It remains 700. Out of that 700, I pay security guard. I paint the house. I do some renovation in that house. At the end of the day, what is left is 150,000. Are you getting it? There's nothing to pay. That is it. Are you getting it? When they say they will start that income, not that they will just start that income like that. It must go through the normal
process.
Pay as you want, paying process. It goes through certain process. Are you getting it? So all those costs associated with it.
Is it now more advisable to ask your tenant to pay your rent in your corporate account
anyhow
than your personal account?
I will advise them to pay into your corporate account. You know why? If you pay it to an individual, let's assume you collected your rent, you did not carry out repair or anything in that. Let's assume in your 4 property, you collect rent of 10 million. Are you getting it? You only enjoy the relief of 800,000. The remaining 9.2. Let's assume we spend another 2 million to do some renovation. Are you getting it? The remaining one you have to pay back on them. So, but if you take it to your corporate account, it will go as other income. Are you getting it? Other income could be investment income by way of shares and everything. They will think that it's an investment income and it has been taxed. That is it. Nothing on that money again. So we too need to be clever. Are you getting it? To every law, there is always a lacuna. There is a loophole that you can enjoy. Are you getting it? And now, I know that from next year, many people will not be printing receipts, rent agreement. Everybody go to their landlord, I beg, give me rent agreement. Even if you are paying 1.5. What do you say?
It's already happening.
So if you are good, if you like my landlord is not in Lagos, he's in Ibadan. I can say, Oga, I'm paying X amount of rent. double it. Just give me receipt. You know, but let us be honest, to every law there are loopholes. Are you getting it? For example, my wife is a private business owner. Adibi, she's an employee. She can easily enjoy the rent too as a relief. Me too, I will enjoy it
Okay.
as a relief. Let's assume we are, you can see, but you're supposed to enjoy it once. It's either husband or wife, but now two of them can enjoy it because they are all, two of them are earning salary. So who is paying rent? It could be wife, it could be husband. You can see there is a loophole.
Okay.
I know after certain years, government will say no, it's only one person that will enjoy it. A lot of things, you know, when government bring in law, honestly, this present law is pro people. Honestly, let us be sincere to ourselves. It's pro people. It's just that people have to be accountable. Or any relief you want to enjoy, you must prove it. Where you cannot prove it, that is where the problem is. Then
Thank
another,
you, Mr. Wasiu Paramona.
my advice
We
to
might
people
not
is
be
that
able to go more than this
no
now
problem, no
because
problem.
of
Some
our
other
time.
time.
We
Thank you
really
very much, sir.
appreciate you for your explanation and analysis.
No
After the
problem.
implementation from January, we might be able to call you
No
to
problem.
answer
No
one or two
problem.
other questions. And
No problem. No
by now,
problem.
that's all we can take for now. And we have come to the end of Impact 45 for the month of December 2025. See you again the last
Thank
Sunday
you. I want
in
to
the
thank
month of
everyone.
December.
Thank you very much.
See you again
God
in
bless
the
all of us. We shall all live to
Amen.
witness
Amen.
next year and beyond.
Amen. See you, our
Thank,
viewers. We see you again in January, the last Sunday of the month in January. God bless
thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you,
God bless.
Mr. Paramole. We really appreciate you for your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you.